Match 2 of Saturday, Super Saturday from Jubilee Park. It's the under-18 boys, Canterbury and Hills, doing battle. Mike Sheen, Jason Stanton to join me in a moment for this one. This should be a fascinating matchup in the under-18s. There's the siren as we get underway. Canterbury running from left to right in their traditional blue and white. Hills in the predominantly maroon with the gold trim. As we see the Dogs making their way upfield. Jason's just climbed into the commentary box. Morning, Jason. I'll give you a moment to get your breath.
Yeah, I need my breath. I've been trying to have a run, mate. I'm too old for that. How are the boys looking? This is looks like a cracker. 18s boys.
Yeah, this should be a really good game. Canterbury and Hills, fourth and second on the ladder. There's a chance for Canterbury early. Fourth playing second, but there's only percentages between the three teams in second, third and fourth. And they're only one win behind Parramatta as Hills rolls forward towards the halfway line. That's Jacob Fahim. Make sure I look at the right side of the team sheet as they dump to the box. Now they roll left-hand side. Little unders play there from the Hills boys, getting some momentum here. That's a good drive upfield. Last arm goes up, short ball. Oh, no, he didn't make it. That was a nice run there, Josh Curl.
Yeah, strong defence there from the Dogs. That's you don't see that as much in the modern game where they do those two phases, or second phase they call it, where you do a really good scoop, you pass it back to the player and you dump again. So that was really, really entertaining there from Hills. That'll be hard to stop if they continue that style of play.
Canterbury looking to get some momentum as they dump to the box right hand side. They'll peel back open left. That's Jonathan Mansour playing it. He's got it now in the 21 shirt. Rolling over halfway. This is an up-tempo game from Canterbury and Hills. Buckle up for the next 25-odd minutes. This could be end-to-end touch football. Here's a chance for the Dogs down the left. Has to get the ball away. That was David Hurley looking to get it away. And it's a penalty to Hills on the 7. So this one's really opened up. We're only 2 minutes in, but they're rolling forward. Both sides. There's that unders line dump from the dump to the box. They keep it alive here. Hills rolling to the right, the left-hand side. Now they peel back right and straight up the middle. There's an acre of space. He gets it down for the opening score. That's Joseph Harvey.
I think
he hasn't given it.
He's got touch there, Mike. But
okay.
I know it's early days and it's only 0-0, but I'm really impressed then by what I'm seeing with Hills with his phase play. And Canterbury do look very strong, maybe with some of their individual things, but with these sort of teams that roll down the field in the multi-phase, what we're seeing from Hills, that's how you win tournaments with that style of play. So
yeah, they're looking very sharp. Mind you, the blue and whites aren't looking too shabby either as they turn it over on the last. Canterbury's not looking too shabby either, but Hills looking very slick, I have to say. Nice little overhead ball there, finding Ryan Charlwood. So they keep it moving to the left-hand side towards midfield. Kate Mujali keeping it alive. He's out of dummy half. That's Cameron Zammit. Mujali gives it off. That's a nice short ball. No, he got there.
Well constructed there, and that's a really good. I guess a bit of a tip for the young players coming through. When you look at Cade Majali there, the number 11 for Hills, he didn't have to run everything at full pace. It's almost like a half, three-quarter pace, eyes up footy, putting the defenders where he wants to put them, and that's a great play from Hills. Very strong play from Majali there, and Hills 1-0.
Yeah, that was very impressive. And the Hornets striking early. It's been nearly 4 minutes in the first half. They come to the...
Lucky they scored. I thought I might have gone off too early when they're 0-0 saying they were looking good.
Oh, there's a nice dive, but the touch was made there. That was Nate Glendinning making the dive, keeping it alive here. Canterbury back from the 7. Glendinning again, dump and run. They go left-hand side. Good juggle. Did he get it down? No. Turnover.
I think
Hunter Schoon.
Was that Dimitri Dress, I think, for Canterbury, was it? That was very well constructed too.
Yeah, I think it was Hunter Schoon, the 15, making that final dive for the line.
Yeah, and that was a nice play from Canterbury. Again, backing off the speed fractionally. It was like Dress did almost like what Majali did down the other end. Backed it off a fraction in pace and controlled the attack. This is really entertaining.
Going at 3/4 or 80%. They haven't worked back that inside pass for the new player coming on the field, though, Hills. I noticed that yesterday where they'd work down and then come back with the new player coming in. They're still taking it for the player that's on the field, but the player almost sweeps around the outside to create an overlap.
Yeah, there's different styles of doing it. It's been quite effective for them so far, where they call it like sort of punching or keeping quite tight to the sub box, which is the top of your screen. And then you got, like as you mentioned, you got that sweeping, or sometimes you might hear commentators or players talk about latching or sweeping wide when they come on. So different techniques, but both can be effective. Depends on what the defence is doing.
Yeah, we saw one yesterday. I think it was one of the girls' teams that had the player coming in and receiving the pass as they dumped to the box. That they were receiving the pass. Here's a chance for Hills. He can't hold on to it at the key moment. They receive the pass as they come onto the field. That seemed super effective. But just looking down to the touchline here, one of the Canterbury players receiving some attention from the medical staff. A bit of concern being shown here. It looks like a forearm injury. No, certainly no doctor, but favouring that right forearm. Oh dear, that looks not good. The arm in the jersey sling. That's never a good sign.
Hopefully he's all right there.
Yeah,
and we've got. I think. Not sure. I think Canterbury might have turned it over here. So this will be interesting to see what Hills do here, because they had a bit of success with that flowing, rolling in attack. But now they've got to tap off. So let's see whether they run static or they can roll in again.
Ooh, he almost got through there. That was Josh Curl.
Very good defence too there from the Dogs.
Yeah, did very well. Almost through the line. Canterbury having to hold on here. They wrap to the left-hand side. The low dive. No, he was tagged. Touch was made.
Touch there, Mansour, I think. Great touch.
Yeah. That was Jacob Fahim diving for the line. Ball's on the deck. They only just got it away and forced a turnover, Canterbury. Well done from them.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah. So one of the things, just with, I guess, some of the touch terminology there, when you hear coaches or players talk about being static, they're talking about that lateral play, which is that set we just saw from Hills, a bit of left and right, dive into the ground, not much running into the line.
Whereas no one's really going through, are they?
That's right, yeah. Whereas what I saw early from Hills, which I think they need to go back to, is that running into the line, almost like rugby league or rugby union style,
going
flowing
through the line.
And I think if Hills can get back to that, they're hard to stop. But definitely the last two sets, they've gone back to a bit lateral and a bit static, and Canterbury's handled it very well.
As we see, that's a bit better from Canterbury, from Hills, getting a bit of momentum going. There we go. There's that sweep under from, that was Angus Gobrin in the 99 shirt, creating some energy down the right-hand side as he came on.
This is Harvey here setting up with the sweeper from the ground down. Should
short,
be down for the try.
Much better.
And we just spoke about that. See that rolling in, Mike? That's where Hills look strong. So Canterbury are going to have to try and come up with a way to handle that style of attack. And hopefully Hills are sort of sitting over there in the box thinking, oh, it's worked again. That's what we need to keep doing.
It again. Yeah, so 2-0 the scoreline, Hills over Canterbury. About 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half here at Jubilee Park, our second match of the day. A full day of football. Not sure how much we're going to get through before we... I suspect we will have a suspension at some point today. It's a matter of when, not if, I suspect. We see Canterbury on the attack down the right-hand side.
Yeah, that's Glendenning again, isn't it? He's sharp.
He looks very sharp. Nate Glendenning trying to create something on the last, but ball goes to ground.
Yeah, his dump and the quick release that he gets from the ground is almost second to none. I'd probably like to see him then go straight into the dive or straight into his attack rather than sort of, hop in and looking for options, because he's really sharp. So I think he can really, really worry Hills if he can get a bit more direct. This is Majali again, eyes up footy.
Majali,
really nice to watch.
A famous name in rugby league circles. As we see Hills on the attack, the ball goes to ground at the try line though. But Majali, a familiar name in rugby league circles.
Yeah, we had. I think Hills were on the one of the Bar TV games yesterday. And they look quite strong, but I think what we're seeing here is they got better opposition in Canterbury. Canterbury's really stepping up, and then Hills have to go another level, and that's when we're seeing some of these Hills players, like obviously you just mentioned Majali, actually raising the level of their game.
Yeah, we had Hills taking on LBM Rangers yesterday morning, so that was the game they had on the stadium field. We see the action rolling forward once again. Canterbury down the left-hand side. Hurley, good run from Hurley. Touch was made. Had to make it. Now the turnover on the last for Hills.
The sharp dump there by Spiro, the number 3 for Canterbury. He had a strong day one as well.
Yeah,
so they need to get the ball in his hands a bit more too, I think, the Dogs.
Yeah, with Glendinning and Spiro certainly looking very sharp. They certainly do pose a threat, Canterbury, but at the moment they trail by 2, 90 seconds remaining first half. So we've seen in touch 90 seconds is a very long time. Now penalty to Canterbury.
Yeah, so Canterbury looking to sneak one back here, and that could really set up a big second half. There's been a little bit of
forced sub here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of agitation in the game from both teams, bit of pushing and stuff.
Josh Curl.
But hopefully they both settle down a bit.
Josh Curl, the man sent to the side as a forced sub.
Well, Hills get one here, it's going to hurt, but they've turned it over again.
Turned it over on the first. That's an error they didn't want. Made a couple of errors this morning just at the wrong moment, Hills. For all the attack they've shown and done well with, they've made a couple of little errors that just haven't gone there just at the wrong time. Certainly not what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think some of the little niggling and pushing, the boys probably aren't aware. They've got 3 of the best referees in the world out there. They'll handle that stuff no problem at all.
Yep. As we see a turnover on the last. Now Hills having to come from their own end.
Let's drop that. See, they're picking up
there.
everything.
Yeah, that was a good call. That was only a little one. The Canterbury box.
They're not going to miss much, these 3, Mike.
Okay.
These are high-quality referees, these 3.
Well, it has been
the men's open and the big games, State of Origin.
It's been a high-quality tournament, so we're not surprised to have the elite as Canterbury go in the far corner.
No, that's what Canterbury needed right on the stroke of half-time.
There's the hooter in the background. Riley Braddock getting the score for Canterbury, making it 2-1 to the Hornets at the break, and that's a pretty fair scoreline. 2-1 Hills in front. Canterbury have thrown a lot at them, but Hills, got their noses in front.
Really, really strong there from Canterbury. I think I've been wrapping up Hills a fair bit because I've been impressed with their style of play, but Canterbury have stuck with them, and then they've grabbed the try right on the stroke of half-time to set up the second half.
Now it's top 4 in this format, in this age group rather, and Hills and Parramatta both sitting... Hills and Canterbury both sitting on 12 points at the moment, only percentages separating them, so they're both looking reasonably safe, but a pack of 3 not too far behind. Even Parks, who we see later on today, they're only the 1 win. If they can post a couple, they're certainly in the hunt. Top 4 of the quarterfinals on Sunday.
So is this one that could go down to 4 and against, you mentioned, Mike? Is it a tight pool, is it?
Well, the top 4 of the second, third, and fourth are only separated by percentages.
Oh wow!
And Parramatta is only a game in front with percentage not that much different to the other teams. So it could come down to one try here, 1 try there could make the difference. And teams like UNSW and LBM and Wagga not far behind, only a game behind on the ladder. So a very tight under 18 boys competition for the Galea Cup. It should be an interesting little passage of play here, seeing who qualifies.
Yeah, it's very interesting, yeah. Circling back a little bit to some of that refereeing, Mike, one of the things I think that's a really good tip for the young referees coming through is you'll notice with these 3 experienced referees, when there was a little bit of pushing and a bit of niggling and that, they just got straight onto it. No nonsense. No need to stop the game and have a discussion. Just, penalty, drop ball, turnover, let's go.
Yep.
And often that quick, very clear approach to it is, the players then just go, oh, well, we're not going to get away with much. Let's just get on with it.
We can't do anything.
Yeah.
The referee's on it. We have to just focus on playing.
So that was really good to see that, and sets us up for a cracking second half here.
Yeah, it certainly looks like a fascinating second half to this under-18 boys match. We're just waiting for the hooter. There it is in the background. Off we go for the second half. Canterbury 2-1 down. Hills starting the second half with possession. That's Josh Curl, who was one of the stars for Hills in the first half. He'll give it off to the left-hand side. They got a sweep play there, but the touch was made on nice. Jacob Fahim.
Lots of families in there. So that's is that Brad, the coach's son, I'm guessing?
I would say very likely.
There's lots of family connections in both sides here. We're just looking through the team list. It's just good to see.
Canterbury coming out of their own end. They'll dump to the box here. They'll take the touch there. Reload with fresh players on the park for the Dogs. They peel to the right-hand side now, looking very sharp as they get some drive forward. Here's a chance for Hurley down the right.
Yeah, Hurley's got some speed. He's got some speed, and I think Mansour's been impressive too. If they can get their combo going, they could really cause some trouble in the second half.
Hills reloading as well. Fresh blood on the park. As we see the Hornets on halfway now. Just rolling over. That's Joseph Harvey with it. The 24 for Hills. Now they peel to the right-hand side. That looks like Gobrin it was. Keeping it alive. Good hands there from Hills and a good take on the left wing, but the ball turned over on the last.
Yeah, Canterbury have been absorbing that role, but to be fair, I don't know whether Hills have probably the last couple of minutes of the first half and just now they haven't rolled down the field as strong as when they started the game.
So Hills with possession midway between the 10 and the 7 metre line. That's Gobrin. Looks like one of the playmakers. And they roll to the left-hand side. Here's a dive. Did he get through? No. Didn't get through the line and score, but a good effort nonetheless. Now they peel back to the right-hand side. There's Ryan Charlwood. Now they spark something. Gobrin dives. No, turnover.
Yeah, I think the dump wasn't square. So it was quite interesting there, and that's clearly probably a tactic there from Coach Brad Curl, where they've run that like a sweeper around the link, like right, really tight, almost up against the winger, and they've run on the left side and the right side, really shifting the Canterbury line. And I think what you'll see pretty soon is that sweeper, and then the play will get dummied to, and they'll reverse it and go back the other way, and that probably will open Canterbury up. So we'll see whether they can execute that. But that's what it appears, how they're trying to build into this game with that sort of style.
Hills reloading with more fresh players on the park. Nice little sweep to the left, now back to the right. Now they're in centre field. That's a good little step and dive, and he's got it down. That's Jonah Pham again. That's 3 for him. He's been the lone try scorer for the Hills Hornets. 3-1 is the scoreline. 3.25 minutes gone in the second half. But Jonah Pham scoring all 3, getting on the end of them more than setting them up, but very impressive from him.
Yeah, nice little combinations there he had there with Majali, and I think it's important when you're looking at the game to see, there's a big difference between sweeping around the link or, tight on the winger and sweeping in the middle. It actually requires different things of the defensive line. So Hills seem to be having a bit of success down the middle rather than the sweeper towards the link. So let's strong and let's see whether Canterbury can get one back.
Canterbury down the short side on the left. That'll be a turnover on the last. So Hills coming out of their own end. They need to get quick hands going. They've got quick hands going. They've got some open space here, Hills. Nice dump. Does he say fair? No, he says not fair. Canterbury get the turnover. So here's a good chance for the Dogs to strike back early in the second half. Still 7 odd minutes remaining. Down 3-1.
We've got Glendenning there in Mansour, so that's a good combination. They'll be asking some questions here.
What they want to do here, Glendenning dumps off Mansour, gives it away to the left-hand side. The dive, no. Nice dive there from Kate Mujali. In fact, no, sorry, that's Jacob Clower.
Yeah, similar play to the one that Hills just ran, but notice how Canterbury was trying to run around the defender, whereas Hills more tried to go through. Long
ball, left-hand side. Goes to ground. Marshall couldn't get on the end of that, so it'll be a turnover. So they take the tap. Hills on the 7, keeping it alive. But excellent momentum and drive here. Hills pushing forward. It's the dangerous number 7 in Jonah Pham, who's got all 3 tries to his name today.
Yeah, if he starts sweeping, you want to get nervous because he got 3.
As we see, Jonah Pham. There's AJ Byrne taking it forward. Now Hills getting that drive on. Byrne once again has a man on the outside. No, he didn't make it.
Yeah.
Jesse Cochran had the flamboyant dive but didn't get there in time.
I think that's Thomas Marshall out there, and he handled that very well. Nice and composed. helped his inside player link, and then when the ball was shifted, rolled off, and a great defence on the winger.
Here's a chance for Canterbury down the short side. They'll dump to the box, and they'll wrap around for a new set. That's Luke Phillips coming on, surely known as Diamond. Now Canterbury on the outside, trying to find a way through this Hills defence, which has been fairly solid so far this morning. That's Phillips once again driving traffic, but not able to get through. Midway through the second half, and Hills make the error early. That's a chance for Canterbury now.
A little bit uncharacteristic. They've opened the door here. Canterbury really got a strike.
Big set in defence for Hills required. Canterbury, if they can score here, get it back to 3-2, they're a big chance. That's Phillips on the 7. He'll play it. He looks like the key man, Phillips. They're on him early. Canterbury on the attack.
Yeah, so Hills have got a hyper compressed line here, like very squeezed in. Any of those sort of dumps in the middle with a dummy and maybe running out hitting the wingers going to result in a try. Just see whether Canterbury can execute it. They've got to get the ball to the wingers.
Oh, there's a great ball through. That was a lovely ball to Spiro.
That was smooth, wasn't it?
Potagitama. I hope I got that correct, making it 3-2.
That was silky from the Dogs. Silky smooth, and I think Hills probably, after turning over the ball a couple of times, they probably deserved that.
Yep.
Canterbury silky there.
Just having a look, Canterbury down a player, I'd say, for the rest of the tournament with the sling on the right arm. So they look like they've lost one for the weekend. Hopefully it's not a serious injury.
So what's that? So just 3-2 now with 3 or 4 minutes to go. This is set up quite nicely.
Yeah, this is set up beautifully. A one-score game with about 4 minutes to go. So that's Hunter Schoon, who's suffered the injury, unfortunately. So he's out for the weekend. He won't be back, you'd imagine. And penalty and is he after the 99, is it? Yep.
Yeah, they lost a bit of composure here. Hills has a real opportunity for Canterbury. Dropping the shoulder and he'll go. Yeah, you can't do that.
So sent off, is he?
Yeah, he's off for a period of time. It's going to be 6 on 5. I think it's 2 sets. I think it's either 2 or 3. I think it's 2. So we'll see whether Canterbury can strike here. I think it's going to be 3-all momentarily.
No, we've got a penalty to Hills here.
Oh, not if they do that.
No, certainly not. So the one-man advantage for Hills.
For Canterbury, yeah.
For Canterbury, sorry.
Yeah.
Hills with the man off for the time being.
Yeah, so it's at least one more set for Canterbury. They'll get another go at it.
See if they can level the scores with about 3 minutes remaining. Hills trying to attack with a weakened line. Only the 5 on the park.
He's fast.
Did he get through? No.
He's sharp.
He appealed for the try there, Fam, but the referee turned it down.
Yeah, he's shown he can do the quick release plays as well as the sweeping plays. So this is pretty much going to be the game here for Canterbury.
They can level up here.
Yeah, 6 on 5. They've got to get a score.
So they work to the left-hand side. I think they'll take a couple and dump to the box here. Canterbury get some fresh legs on in a hurry. Very slow in their reload here. Hills on the attack.
Hills has scrambled well.
They've done very well. They'll need to advance it with a special play here, but they can't do so. That was intended for George Villar, but not to be. So Hills still a man down for the time being.
Hills almost look better with 5.
Yeah, well, that's often the case, isn't it? We see in rugby league the team with 12 often lifts against the team with 13. So that's often the case in many sports. You see the team without the extra play or the equal player.
Winger's on.
Winger is on. That's a good pick up. Fam can't hold on to it this time. Referee's found 6 more for Hills.
Yeah, we only got about 60 or 70 seconds to go. Yeah. So if Cade Majali can control the tempo of this, he should be able to use up time and get Hills over the line.
They should be able to hold on for a 3-2 victory. I wanted a penalty there, Hills. They didn't get it. Now the referee says lost ball, Canterbury ball.
Yeah, it was 2 sets each. So player back on now.
Yeah, so they're back to 6-on-6.
Hills didn't use the set. They used 2 touches of it. So Canterbury with one last opportunity here.
They'll reload here, the Dogs. What have they got? About 45 seconds remaining. Can they manufacture something in the final stages of this one? This has been a really good game of touch football this morning. Second game of the day. Canterbury on the attack. Oh, it goes to ground at the wrong moment. Hands on heads on the sideline. They know that was their opportunity inside 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, Canterbury are definitely very capable of going deep in this tournament. Hills are going to get away with this one, but I think Canterbury have shown enough.
Certainly Canterbury, I expect we'll see them come Sunday in the quarters. Hills will certainly be there, you'd imagine, as well. And if these two face off in a match-up later on in the weekend, as Hills go almost all the way, there's the siren, full time. Canterbury goes down 3-2, but lose very little in that performance from the Dogs. The Hornets certainly gave their all in that one. We'll take a breather here at Jubilee Park. The next match is the under-16 girls, NSW and Penrith. That's coming up at 8 a.m. Thanks. Yeah, I crashed last night.